Hello everyone. We need to talk about the counterargument and refutation directions, okay? Because I think some of you, after looking at the ones that you turned in, I think some of you need some assistance with that. A couple of you are kind of on your way to making really good counterargument and refutations, but most of you are going to have to go back and look at this again. All right, so under additional information for the research paper, again, we have the accompanying sheet for the counterargument and refutation, which I think I already have pulled up over here. Okay, so anyway, you can see here that the first thing listed is the tentative thesis, okay? The next thing is the point of contention. The third thing is the counterargument, which should be color-coded. And then finally we have the refutation, which should also be color-coded. All right. Now, if you look at my sample here, you will see that it's long, but it is just one sentence. And the tentative thesis should be only one sentence. All right. So I'm going to show you a handout that will help you actually make a really good thesis. So under the 6-step thesis handout, which is in that same section, the very bottom. Okay, so these actually are 6 steps. It takes you from a very broad concept all the way through turning it into the different things you do to turn it into a really solid or really good thesis statement. So this person starts out with just a concept. They want to write about the Beverly Hills diet. Well, they might not know very much about it, so they have to do some research, right? So they have to have a good question. So, is the Beverly Hills diet advisable for the typical college student? And they can't answer that until they do a lot of research. So the person does a lot of research and decides the Beverly Hills diet is inadvisable for the typical college student. Okay, so, but that in and of itself probably doesn't give enough information to make a really solid, compelling thesis statement. Okay. Actually, you want to take it a step farther if you're able and try to think of reasons why. You don't necessarily have to have 3 reasons. This person does. You don't have to have 3, like it's not a requirement, but often people like to come up with 3. But anyway, so these are the reasons. Because it is inconvenient, unhealthy, and provides only temporary weight loss. So this person came up with this after doing research. Now, this doesn't have to be a complete sentence. This is not a sentence right here. But it doesn't have to be right now because it's going to be woven in to the rest of the person's statement to make a complete sentence. Then you want to make sure you recognize the opposition. And really good words to start this off with might be although, despite, even though, while, okay? So although it does provide quick weight loss, so this person is acknowledging that it does provide quick weight loss, but these other issues make it less than, I guess, positive or beneficial, okay? So then you want to weave all of that into one sentence. Although it does provide quick weight loss, the Beverly Hills diet is inadvisable for the typical college student because it is inconvenient, unhealthy, and provides only temporary weight loss. So if you look back at the one I did, you can see that I kind of used the same approach. I think I used the exact word here. But again, you can use some of those other words that I mentioned. All right, so I'm going to stop this video here, and I want you guys to work on your tentative thesis statements, okay? Because many of you had them spread out across multiple sentences, which is very difficult for me to try to, figure out what you were arguing. So make it into one sentence. Make sure that you're coming up with a solid position, that you're not coming up with something that's kind of wavers back and forth, like, oh, it could be this, or it could be something else, or it's positive, but it's negative, okay? So don't do that. Make sure that you come up with a solid, unwavering statement that you believe in, that you will then go on to prove with the evidence that you've come across, okay? So I'm going to stop this here. I will pick up the next video, and I will be talking about the rest of the directions for how to do the counter argument